Hello and welcome to Jamie TV. My apologies there if you heard any horrible crackling and noises in the background. I had a last minute technical issue, completely my own stupid hippie fault. Thank you very much for joining me in the chat. Hello Stephen, it's lovely to see you here. Yeah, apologies for the crackling, mate. I do believe I've fixed it now. I won't bore you with the details. Hey, hello Roman, thank you for being here. Yes. Hello and good evening from BKK. Nice to have the opportunity to be live here. Yes, it's a pleasure to have you. Yes. Hello Stephen, hello Roman. Now, last week I started my little exploration of the X Gear pedals, and when I started that stream, I wasn't sure if I was going to do like one pedal or all of the pedals or how it was going to go. I thought, from Bangkok, hey. So yes, me being a stupid hippie, sorry I didn't get the abbreviation, apologies. So yeah, I got through two of them, right? So I did the X Vibe, which is the modulation pedal, and I did the reverb pedal, the X Space. So that leaves us with two more to look at today. We're going to have a look at the X Time, that's the delay, and the X Drive. Now, these pedals, just to recap a little bit what I spoke about last week, what you get with the pedal, if you get the physical pedal, then they're not the cheapest pedal on the market, but when you look at what you get with them, it is extremely good value. Each pedal actually doubles as an interface. So if you need a way to get your guitar or whatever instrument you choose to plug into it, actually, into your computer or into your iPad, they'll work for that. And they are essentially a box with software inside. So what you get is a whole lot of different algorithms. So like, whereas some pedals might say be particularly good at one type of sound, these will model all kinds of different algorithms and give you loads of presets. And of course you can store a massive amount of your own presets. So they're the kind of pedals that, let's say, if you are, say, a jobbing guitar player and you have to play lots of different kinds of sounds in your set, then these are the kind of pedals that are going to give you those kinds of sounds real quickly. In fact, if you had all four pedals in a live situation, then you'd have all your modulations, all the kind of delays you might need, various reverbs, and all the overdrives that you might want, unless you were looking for some really, really extreme overdrive, because I don't think the X Drive really does sort of like sort of more extreme sounds, like sort of death metal kind of sounds, but we're going to find that out today. What are you saying, Stephen? You should have asked them to send you the real pedals. Yeah, well, maybe they will send me some real pedals, or maybe one. I am a very small YouTuber, so I'm very, very grateful when people do send me codes for things, send me software, or send me anything physical. I'm really, really grateful for any support like that. So you never know. Let's see. Right. So we've got two more pedals to look at today, and I'm just going to change my view here. So here we are. Now, the way these pedals work is we'll look at the drive first. Oh, and I'll just show you what I've got here. So all I have, same as last week, I have a very basic amp. Let's just go and switch that off. A very basic amp sound. So right, so it's virtually completely clean and no reverb or anything on it. So I've just got that amp and this speaker, right? So that's my sound. And I'm not going to, like, while I'm demoing these pedals, I'm not going to stick some reverb on to make it sound better or stick some compression on to make it sound better. I want you to hear exactly what the pedal itself does. So, that's true, Stephen. And you know what? Quite a lot of the developers and manufacturers, I have asked them for things, and they have virtually always sent me things. I've only ever had a couple of refusals. Well, actually, they're not refusals; they just don't reply. Is the way it usually goes. But yeah, I have to say that in particular, IK Multimedia have been massively generous with me. They've been really, really wonderful to work with, extraordinarily helpful. So let's have a look at this pedal. So the way it works, right? You go to this. If you go to this menu here, then you see the list of different algorithms the pedal has. So different kinds of drives to suit sort of different kinds of music, I guess. And then if you go up here, you get those algorithms again, but then you also, off the side of that menu, you get the presets. So at the moment we are on Modern Crunch, and I'll just switch it on, right? And Modern Crunch sounds like this. Which I think is really nice. I would use that. Have I just frozen? Well, according to, I've got the stream on my iPad down here, and it's not freezing here, Stephen. So maybe your internet. It may just be, the satellite gremlins. All right. So then you've got other presets, right, for that particular model. So let's just grab another one. Let's try Driven. See what difference we have. Now I tried this earlier, and this one sounded particularly good on my Strat, whereas now on this particular guitar I don't like it. But that's the thing about guitars, is all pickups have different kinds of sounds, different kinds of levels of output. So that's something you have to bear in mind when listening to a demo of a guitar pedal. And I may switch guitars in a bit, just to kind of give some idea of that. This particular guitar, by the way, is let's just get the headstock into view. It's not a Les Paul, it's a vintage. So being honest about it, it's Vintage's copy of a Gibson Les Paul. This one is the AFD Paradise. So this particular model is the unofficial / tribute. It's called the AFD Paradise, right? And it's absolutely magic. I call it the Gibson killer. And many Gibson owners have tried this, played this at jam nights or in lessons here or whatnot, and been very, very upset when they consider that this actually performs better than many Les Pauls I've played and people I know have played, and it is a tiny fraction of the price. Hey, Vortex, what are you doing awake at this time, man? Where you are, 4 a.m. your time. Wow, man. Okay. Hey, while you're here, Vortex and Roman, is the stream okay there? Because Stephen's having some difficulties. Just let me know. I'm not seeing it freeze here, so. In fact, actually, the picture looks quite good on my iPad. The colours look an awful lot better than they do on my monitor screen over there that I used to watch the stream. There again, that monitor's about 20 years old, so that may explain it. Stop waffling, hippie. Play some guitar. All right, so Driven, I'm not liking on this guitar, but like I said earlier, it sounded great on my Strat. Let's try Light. And then some. So it depends what you're playing and what pickup you're using. All right, okay. So let's move on to a different algorithm. 80 rock. I can't imagine what that's going to sound like, eh? Just a little mild stomachache. Are you not well, dude? I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Get you sent back to bed, mate. Get some sleep and get sorted out. Bless you. Right. So, oh, by the way, while you're here, just before you nip back to bed and get some sleep and get well, I'm streaming later today as well. I've not advertised it yet because it's a bit of a last minute thing, but Bliss have released the iOS synth Omega today, and I am going to do a stream on it later where I'm going to make a track with it. An unplanned, because I ain't got time to do any prep for it. I'm just gonna off the cuff make a track with it so people can hear the sounds and have a listen and see what they think to it. All right, so I'm going to do that at either 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. UK time. I just want to check whether anyone else streams at those times on a Friday, because I don't normally stream on a Friday. Okay, so back to the plot. 80 rock. Bridge pickup. All right, I like that. All right. So while we've got that sound on, let's have a look at the way the pedal works a little bit deeper. As you'll see down here, we have a little yellow dot, and if I click across, you'll see we have a number of other dots that I can highlight, and that opens another set of parameters that we can change. So on the first one here, we've got punch, color frequency and presence, and a cue for the mid. Hang on, that's the second one. Idiot. Right, so first one, I thought that was a bit odd. First one, we've got amount of drive, and then we've got EQ, bass, mid, treble. Let's take some bass off that, actually. I like that better. That's better. Okay, and let's bring the treble up a bit. All right, we've got a bit more 80s cut now. And incidentally, these knobs up here, we can change through the models and presets with these buttons here. However, I don't find them especially easy to move accurately. It's just easier to just go to the drop-down menu. I presume that they may have just put those on because they're on the actual physical pedals. So, right. So then we've got, drive and volume. So we can balance drive against volume. So if we bring the drive down, then we can compensate by bringing the volume up, just like you would with the front end of more or less any guitar amp. Now that's more like the kind of sound I would use, actually. You know, I like that. That's what I would describe, whether correctly or not, as a more transparent drive sound. So that kind of sound with a rock band, that's going to sit in your mix, and you're going to be able to hear the bass player. You're going to be able to hear the keyboard player. That's if you can find one who's not a total madman, which after my many years of experience in this business, I have to say is a challenge. I really like that sound. That sound to me, that sounds good. And as you will see, if you wish, above the knobs, as you turn them, you can get a numerical value above them, which, you know, I don't bother with very much. I like to just kind of set things with my ears and just pace it bounce around until it sounds right. But that's very valuable to some people, I know. So, okay, so now we'll move along, right? Now we can adjust the punch. All right, so that seems to be giving me like a low frequency kind of kick in the knackers. Let's turn it all the way off. Yes. That's good. That's good, because the most problematic area of any rock guitar sound is always the bottom end. It does, doesn't it, Vortex? I'm really liking that sound. Yeah, that low end on a guitar is very, very problematic in a rock mix. And if you get that right, if you can scoop the right area of bass end off your guitar, and EQ your bass guitar well as well, then that was a great sentence. Then that's how you get everything to sit nicely in the mix. It's really, really hard to mix bass guitar so that you can hear the notes, but it isn't overpowering anything else. And I struggled with it for years and years and years until I eventually realized that if I took that low off the guitars, right, it made everything sit nice. Colour. Now that's nice. That's listen to what that's doing to the mids there. Okay, so we can actually yeah, it's kind of, let's change the colour frequency here. Now that's giving me some really, really bright mids. What I like about this is it gives you the ability to really, really shape your tone in your guitar emulation software. So rather than kind of like getting yourself a great guitar sound and recording that, and then when you get to the mix, then you're like, oh, I need to adjust this on the EQ, and I need to brighten this up, I need to take out this low end. And then you start opening more plugins to do that. And, it just makes more sense. If your guitar software goes deep enough that you can adjust those things, it just works better. I really like that. And now Presence, of course, will give us the colour of this guitar looks awesome on my iPad, and watching the feed there looks great. I love this guitar. So yes, Presence. Let's take some Presence off. Make it a little darker. I kind of like it about there, I think. Right, then we've got a cue for the mid, but the EQ, the other mid EQ controls, that was difficult to say for some reason, are over this side. And we have a noise gate, massively useful for dirty sounds, threshold and release for it there. Then also built into this pedal, right? And I was saying earlier about how if you have all four of these physical pedals for a live situation, or indeed if you use software live, if you have the X Gear pack, they pretty much cover you for all the pedals you might need. So we've got noise gate built into this. We've also got compression built into this over here. And then there's a cab simulator here. So if you were working in a situation where you were maybe using a pedal direct into some kind of monitor speaker rather than a guitar speaker, that's where you get your cab sim there. So if let's see, now if I go to the speaker and switch it off, I'll go back here, right? Right, so that's the kind of sound that you're going to get. And then different cabinets. Maybe actually, to do this properly, I should switch the amp off as well. Maybe that's the way to do this. Yeah, okay, right, so then we've got different cab simulation. Oh, right, all the way around there is off. That's for a bass amp, in case you're using this overdrive with a bass guitar, which of course you can do. And then check out a couple more. I don't know what that chord was. And here we go. Right, I'm going to take it round to off, and I'm just going to go and put these back on, because the way I want to demonstrate this pedal is in front of an amp. And then let's move on to Monarch. Let's go and see what kind of a sound this is. UK Hot. Okay, let's check that out. Yeah, it's not my favourite sound. Not my favourite sound at all. But let's just try one of the other presets there. Go with UK Soft. I imagine that actually might sound better with one of my single coil guitars. But for now, let's just move on. Cat. Angry cat, crazy cat, or sweet cat? Let's go with crazy cat. Okay, I'm not loving that, but I think there's just too much bass on it. See, that's better already. Take some more bass off and go over here. Where is there not presence on this one? You will notice, by the way, that what happens with these pedals is as you change the algorithm, the knobs that appear on the pedal change. You know, so it's thank you very much, Vortex. Thank you. Occasionally, I know what I'm on about. So it's like yeah. So as you change the algorithm, the knobs that will appear on the pedal change to suit that particular algorithm. So it seems like on this one, maybe we don't have a presence control. It could be wrong. And I wanted it. I wanted that. So what I'll do is I'll take the treble up instead. Yeah, I'm not loving that sound either. Orange. Okay, now I love orange amps, so let's see what this is like. 90 smell. I wonder what that's supposed to be like. I'm not allowed to play covers, so... I'd say that's pretty good. That's that's what it's supposed to sound like. I'm not going to mess with that one at all. I mean, that's that's good. I mean that that is something that could really be useful to me in a number of recordings. So I will definitely be revisiting that sound. Now let's move on from orange to yellow. Yellow 1. That I like. I like guitar sounds that kind of bite like that, and sometimes, I mean, I say this when I'm talking about mixing bass, but it's kind of the same with every instrument, really. That might not be the kind of guitar sound that you would dial in if you kind of, if you were sat playing guitar on your own at home. Maybe it likes a bit of bottom end. Maybe it's a little too present in the upper mids. But when you're used to mixing things to sit in a mix and cut and not obstruct other instruments, that's a sound. Yeah. All right. We're liking that one. Let's try a different one. Let's go to green. I'll go to green 1. Yeah, again, very usable sound. Not that different from yellow, a little, maybe a little darker, I think. Right, diode 1. All right, now this is a very different sound. Not a sound I would use. I'm finding it difficult to know what to play with it because it's just not a sound I like or would use. I suppose if you like that darker thing, it doesn't work for me. But let's just see what it's like on the middle. Neck. Oh, actually. Maybe we just found what it's for. Neck pickup. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. I stand corrected. Blue 1. Yeah. That's another, to me, very, very usable sound. I wonder what that's like as I just put my pick down a bit. Hey, Grant, thank you for joining us, man. Nice to have you here. Yes. Have you checked out the stream on Patreon, Grant? Have you been there yet? I'd be interested to know what you think. Booster. Right, Booster 1. Ooh. Right, now that just makes me want to play something like sound, although I think being called Booster is probably more intended for like increasing your solo levels, but it's nice, you know that. And I have a noise gate on, which is just to cut out some background noise that I get from sometimes my internet connection. It comes from the house into the studio, and it's one of those wired ones that comes down the mains, and it sometimes causes some interference with the computer, and especially when you're using a drive sound, it can be a little irritating background noise. So I'm using a gate to cut that off. Whenever I'm not playing and I'm not speaking is when you would hear it. So and the gate is sometimes cutting off my notes like then when I don't want it to, but yeah, okay, that's a nice sound again. That's what I'd use. Right. High boost. Oh, it says H boost. I'm taking it means high frequency boost. Yeah, it sounds like it. Right, let's see now. See that, right? You see that? See what I'm doing with my left hand there? Right? If you want to learn to play guitar and you have tiny hands like me, practice your little finger. Otherwise, you've got no chance. I have numerous students who can't stretch as far on the fretboard as me, even though their hands are in many cases twice the size. Mine are absolutely pathetic little girl-sized hands. But it's I think it's just like from years and years of playing, the stretch does develop, but you got to work on it. You got to use that little finger. And you know, many famous, very successful guitar players have become successful using only the three fingers and been really lazy about that little finger. But you know what? You don't use that as an excuse. Use the little finger. You can do so much more with it when you train it up. So, here's my little preach for today. Shut up, you stupid hippie. Right, Crush. What's that all about? What's Crush? That's better. See, this is one of those darker sounds I'm not that bothered about. so let's move on. Octafuzz. Right, now let's just go in and have a look what's going on here. Okay. Right, so this pedal has less features than this algorithm, rather, has less features than some of the others. We've got an EQ. I'm going to take some bass off it. And we'll brighten it up. Press the wrong button. Octafuzz. Let's go back. In fact, actually, while we're doing that, let's just select a different preset. You never know. Octamad. What is that? Oh. It's giving us a... It's giving us an octave note, but I'm curious. I'll look through the controls and my eyes are going, so I'm going to look through again because I didn't see any kind of control for an octave. That's the word I'm looking for. It sounds like an octave pedal, but I'm not. Hang on. Right. Okay. It must just be part of the algorithm then. It's not the... It's not the best at keeping up, but then octave pedals never usually are. Not real life ones anyway. Purple 1. Oh, now this is my kind of sound. That might be, it's just a tiny little bit too driven for my taste, but there again, that's this guitar. If I was playing the Strat, it would probably be perfect. But, not allowed to play covers. Well, that sorted it. Right, let's hear another. Fuzz face, broken face. Yeah, that's broken, all right. I'm not sure exactly why I would want that, but you know. Oh. Yeah, okay. This is the kind of sound I really like on my Strat, actually. Very nice. That's one I would definitely use. Right, now Big Fuzz finally. Yeah, like that. All right, now before has his charm, yeah, yeah. What's that? Grant both your little fingers are see. Oh man, honestly, you're having to learn to play without the little fingers. Oh, yeah. Actually, thinking about it, it's possibly quite insensitive of me to say that. I've taught a few people over the years, who have digit issues. And of course, I have played a number of times with the lads from Saxon, and Graham Oliver has part of one of his fingers missing. And of course, the biggest thing I ever did was I played bass for Tony Martin, who was a Black Sabbath singer for 10 years, and we did a gig in Russia where Tony Iommi was a guest, and of course Tony Iommi has two fingertips missing, and he showed us his little things that he has on his fingers to make them usable, and one of my students actually has half of his little finger missing. It's like down, like got crushed or something at some point. So he's got like half a little finger, but not this way. He said, looking at the camera to see if it was not this way, but like sliced down the middle. So this bottom side of his little finger is missing. Fingertips are overrated. Yes, they are. I mean, Tony Iommi did kind of okay, I guess, with bits missing. Very, 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 very nice to us, actually. Very, very nice, sort of gently spoken, perfect gent. Okay, so yes. Now, I've been through the algorithms. I've not played you every preset, but I've kind of given you, a bit of a look around the pedal now. I'm going to just see if we can make this pedal do a more extreme dirty sound. Now, I believe that Jade Starr said that it does not do death. So, let's just check out. I'm going to go to metal, because that seems appropriate. I'm going to go to metal number 3, and let's just go in there. We'll wind it up. And we'll wind it up, and let's just see how dirty it does go. Of course, I am not anything like as adept at playing that kind of filth as Jade is. Welcome to the chat, Jade. So, yes, right, what was I saying? Right, so the drive is all the way up. I'll take some bass off. Bass is overrated. Okay. Is there anything else I can turn up to make it more filthy? Without adding in another pedal, of course, because that's, that's beside the point, isn't it? Okay, so actually that's kind of about as filthy as it goes. Not grindcore metal. Okay. I mean, is there a better algorithm than the metal one for doing that, Jade? Because that's... That's about as dirty as it goes on this algorithm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that kind of a player at all, so I shall do something that's probably embarrassing, but all right, I think that's about as heavy as it goes. as far as I can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this off, and we'll go and have a look at the delay. Let's just click on the delay, and maybe I should just change my guitar. Let's maybe... I was going to have a little quick go with the Strat with those sound. Okay. I'll change it anyway, right? Go over there. Right, we'll have the Goldie one. This is a one-off. There is only one of these guitars in existence. And it's mine. Also made by Vintage. This is a prototype. It's their V6, which is their copy of a Strat. And I love this guitar. So let's just go back to that sound I was on about earlier. Was that that one? No, I don't like it on the Strat either. I've heard enough of that. There was one that I wanted to try on the Strat, and I just... it's escaped me now. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I really, really liked that. I really liked that sound. Okay, I don't like it on the Strat. I thought I would. Nope, don't like it. All right, let's go have a look at the delay. Oh, Jade, you've got the actual drive pedal, haven't you? The actual physical thing. I'm just looking at the software. Whilst I'm talking to you, I'm looking over there because the chat's over there, but it's also down here as well. But whichever way, I'm not looking at you while I'm talking to you, which is okay. A strange thought. So let's go to the first algorithm in the delays. And so, Jade, what do you think? The X-Drive pedal, would you spend your own money on it? Would you recommend it? Bearing in mind that obviously we're thinking, yeah, it's not appropriate for death. It's not for death, but for other kinds of drives, yeah? Right, okay, so let's have a look at old tape. That's nice. As you let it ring out and it sustains, although it's fading out, you can hear. That wobble goes mad. It's great. All right. Let's just try another one of those. Very nice. And what about wow tape? All right, now those presets may be a little on the extreme sound, but like I was saying last week, sometimes it's those more extreme presets that sell a pedal. You would recommend it because Jade's the expert on this kind of guitar playing, you'd recommend it for anything up to Metallica type of metal. There's some incredible sounds when combined with a decent amp. Yeah. What I'm doing for this demo is I've just got the pedals in front, because obviously there are sort of infinite possibilities of combinations of different pedals and amps, etc., within software like Amplitube 5. So I've just got the pedals in front of a basic clean amp, simple speaker setup, just to give a general idea of the sounds. But whilst I'm demonstrating, I keep thinking, oh, if I could just put this with that and that with the other, you know. But, you know, we'd be here till supper time. And then some. Knowing me. Right? So, the more extreme sounds often sell pedals. But then, of course, you get in to the controls yourself, have a pissy pants around, and you find a sound that's more usable in a track. And then, of course, you can save within the pedal, as well as the fact that obviously you can save your whole preset and it will remember all the settings for every pedal and everything else you've got in there. You can also save it just within the pedal itself. Right then, mod tape, space echo. That sounds like my kind of thing. You wouldn't buy it yourself as you have enough brutal pedals, so the money would be better spent on a new guitar for you. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Right, let's have a listen to an analog one. Warm. That sounds nice. Or does it? I've just invented a magic special chord. I was just wondering what kind of D that actually is. I think it's a D bollocks. Now there's a very useful sound for you. I like that. And it does sound warm. It's lovely. Alright, so let's have a digital delay. Yeah. And that does just sound just like your proper 90s digital delay. I've got one over here actually. I was thinking about maybe doing I've got an old MIDI verb. I was thinking about doing a stream with it sometime because the MIDI verb has some great sounds in it. It's quite surprising what you can actually get out of it when you start proper pissy panting around. Yeah, I like that sound. That is definitely what it's supposed to be. Right then, we've got a Pong. Now while we're on this one, let's just go in and have a look at the what knobs we've got. Let's have a look at his knobs. Right, there's cabs in on there, we don't want that. Right, let's just go back. Right, filter. Am I hearing the low end come up on that? Let's just take that all the way around. Some more feedbacks. Now, every now and again, occasionally, you will find that one of these knobs on these pedals doesn't move when you try and move the mouse, or at least not easily. But if you use the mouse wheel, it works. Although for some reason on my computer it's making Amplitube jump left to right when I do it. Right, so that's left, centre, right. And it might be too many feedbacks there, Jamie. Of course, now on these pedals, on each one of them, we have an X mode pedal. So for every preset, you can stick in the X mode pedal and you get kind of like a really exaggerated extreme version of that preset. Right? I could just go and go make a coffee and get a biscuit, some cake even, while that carries on. Okay. You'd have preferred it if I would have sent you a physical space pedal, as you get more use out of it. Oh, they were out of oh, right. Well, yeah. I mean, personally, out of the pedals, I would be extraordinarily happy with the vibe pedal, because being a bass player, modulations are really, really useful for that as well. The delay pedal, I'm really, really liking. And the reverb pedal, I loved it. It's that one is absolutely stunning. So practically the one I would get the most use out of would be the X Vibe. The one I've been most impressed with, I think, is the X Space. Although this delay is great, it's really, really good. It may be a little bit more difficult to screw up a delay pedal, perhaps. I'm not so sure. But the drive, I dig it. I dig it. I think it's really, really good. It's cool. But I guess I just have a lot of amp sims and stuff, and dialing in a sound for a track, I probably would go to an amp sim before I would go to this pedal. But as a live gigging guitar player, I think the physical version of this pedal would be massively useful. It would be, for any of those kind of guitar players who do like lots of different kinds of bands, live sessioning, wedding bands, that kind of thing, where you've got to play a great variety of material. I think it'd be massively useful. You want the hardware of the space for your synths. I can't fault you, Stephen. I think that would, that would just be like synth heaven. Thank you very much, Vortex. Thank you. I do really, really appreciate you you joining me in the, people in the chat are basically iOS people, and know me from that. And of course, this is desktop stuff. Which, by the way, interestingly, quite some time ago, IK Multimedia did mention something to me about bringing Amplitube 5 to iOS, and it hasn't happened as yet. And I think that when they do, he is, isn't he, Jade? I think he's crap bed. I think when they do, it could really, really change things up for guitar players and bass players on iOS, because we've got some really good software on there now, but it's still really quite a limited choice when you think about it, when you compare it to desktop. And for bass players, it's still really pretty naff. We've got a couple of things that are excellent, and then really not much else. By the way, I need to ask you a question before I go on to pattern, right? Were you hearing that ping pong go left to right? Because you should be. The way everything's saved, it sounds great here. I just want to check whether it does. I know it does in all my iOS streams, but one guy the other day said that he wasn't hearing stereo panning. So if that's not working, I need to know about it. So I can look into it. Yeah. Okay. Nice iconage, Jade. Okay, so where was that? Right, pattern. Now this is interesting because this one, I'm just going to demonstrate this by just playing like the top end of a chord. Right? So it plays it plays a rhythm with the echoes. It plays a rhythm, and then if you go here, you'll see that there's like loads of different patterns, right? So you go to pattern 1. You could dance to the echoes. All right, move down a bit. The further you go down, the more obscure the echoes get. That'd be an interesting boogie, wouldn't it? Okay, let's just do one more. I just wanted to show you this because I think this is a really nice idea. Now, I think especially if you were arsing around with this pedal with the synth, I think these could be particularly useful. I don't know why. I just fancy doing that myself. Right, now to the dual algorithm. Forgotten how to play a guitar. I missed the strings completely. I just think that one's really nice sounding. Okay, reverse. You'll like this one. Yeah. I can imagine that would be very useful to you, Stephen. Right, now I like this reverse one so much. I want to show you the other preset in here as well. I just think what I can play that might show this off well. It's madness. It's brilliant. I love it. You know, if I was still doing that, working in a music shop thing that I used to do many years ago, if this was like, if I had this actual physical pedal in the shop to sell, that would be one of the presets that I would put on to use as a demo. It's like an insta-sell preset, that is. Wet Lush. Anyone want to make a joke about that? Interesting chord choice there. It's just gorgeous. Swell, right? Now this is there's a short and a long preset, right? The long. Right, I'm just going to switch that over to the short one. Right, short swell. My hair's so long these days, it's like it's constantly like caught up in my strings. I mean, it just sounds gorgeous. What can you say? Lovely. And the duck. And the other preset on that one. Right? Icy Cave, pitch. I think it should be called like drunk guitarist. This one I like better. Right, now you will see that on the pedal now there are more little buttons to press in. There are a lot more knobs to pissy-pant around with on this algorithm than on some of the others. So if you go in here, you'll see actually, I can't see, my eyes have gone funny. God, I've got to get some glasses. All right. Okay, he said zooming in. We've got so in this one, you know, we've got like we've got different pans, we've got pitch, we've got filter, time, multiple time controls, feedback, and everything. You know, this is cool. Multiple pitch controls, awesome stuff. You could arse around with this one for ages. And it kind of sounds like it's going to go as shimmer, but then it cuts off. I wonder if you could make it shimmer. I think one of these algorithms does sound shimmery. Right. Harmony, right? Fifth up. Now, if you think about it, with an echo that's a fifth, if you think about what you're playing, and try and play in time to the echo. Sort of like a Brian May kind of thing. What if you play more than one at a time? Well, if you play a power chord, you can't get it wrong. Yeah. And the other one in here is Mystery. Right? Great. Oh, yeah, Stephen. Yes. Yeah, Meatloaf passed away at 74, I think he was. I'm absolutely gutted. Meatloaf's Dead Ringer and Bat Out of Hell albums I absolutely played to death as a kid, and I've always remained a fan of like some of his records and all of his records since then. But those two albums in particular, I had like, you know, multiple times on tape because I wore them out that often, and I've had them on vinyl. I've got them on CD. You know, just yeah, massive fan. Okay, let's go for Dirty Phase. And just play one note so you can hear exactly what's going on. Now, in that setting, you hear very little of the original guitar. Actually, I picked the wrong one. That's Destroy. I want a Dirty Phase. Now you hear the guitar. Right, now, we've got a slap back. Everybody likes a slap back, yeah? Bit of an extreme preset, but take that down in the mix a little. And it's pretty awesome. And the other one, it's just like a really, really usable sound. Brilliant. On the quack pickup, on the, you know, one position up from the bottom. Some people call it position 2, some call it position 4. This sound is lovely. A slap back in that position on the Strat is just lovely. What's the extreme version of that? It does that. It's got all Star Trek on me. What would happen if I kind of played like a... If I play a chord, right, hang on, let me get this right. Play a chord, switch it on. I like it. Right, okay, and last one is Arctic. Let's have a listen to Cold. This is the one with the kind of shimmer type of effect. This will make you want it, Stephen. That's nice, isn't it? I don't like it so much. I'm going to check out both of the other presets in this one. Play something nice and high up. Maybe I should go on to Nick Pickup for a little variety. I mean, I think that's stunning. That's really, really nice. Although on iOS we have plenty of reverbs that have some extraordinarily excellent shimmery things going on. Sorry, I forgot how to express myself. Right, so last one, Sub-Zero. Hey, the audio dabbler's here. Dude, thank you for being here. Can I just say that when I first started looking into iOS stuff, your stuff was incredibly helpful, and I'm really, really grateful for that. Thank you. And you made Vortex's list. If anyone's not seen it, Vortex has made a list of iOS of YouTubers who either do exclusively or at least in part iOS content, and it's a great list of inspiring individuals that I'm really humbled and honoured to be included in, and the Audio Dabbler is in there, and so is the amazing Jade Star. No, credit where it's due. All right, so I think that's wonderful. Now, it has a shimmery type algorithm in there, and that's fantastic because the shimmer is not something that needs to be restricted just to reverbs, of course. As you will know if you've checked out Numbrini's Shimmer Delay, which, right, is excellent. I love it. I love the sound of it. I've used it many times, but that bit at the front end of the software, the I can't remember what to call that bit, but it's the bit that's supposed to make the delays fade in. It does not always work. It's a bit hit and miss, and it's a shame because otherwise it's a stellar app. But this pedal can do that. It can do that sort of fade in delay thing with a shimmer and a long tail. Now I'm going to go in a minute because I'm starving. I need to go and get some grub because I'm a greedy man, and if I don't eat at least once an hour, then I start to fade away, you know. And but before I go, I'm just going to have a little play with the settings in here. So let's just have a look what we have. Right. I'm seeing a shimmer knob. I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to turn it all the way up because that's how sensible I am. I mean, that's just quite delightful. Let's turn the size up. It goes up way higher than that. All right. What does that say? I'm just zooming in so I can read it. Shift volume. Okay. The quicker I get to Specsavers, the better. Oh, now then. Yeah, Stephen. Do you get hangry? My little boy gets hangry. He's awkward about eating. He won't eat for ages and ages and ages, and then he becomes like the angriest boy in the world. And then you give him some Nutella on toast and he's lovely again. Right, shift volume all the way up. That's the shift there. That's already all the way up. Let's take the size all the way up as well. We'll call it an experiment. All right. Okay. And then we've got feedback, filter, modulation. Turn modulation all the way up. Alright, so now you can hear that shimmer wobble. Let's turn it down. Let's turn it like right down. Now that I like. It sounds kind of organ-like. Yeah, Nutella. It's just, honestly, it's evil. It's the nicest. It's just the nicest tasting thing. You know? Have you ever had Nutella on baked potatoes? It might sound like a gross idea, right? But trust me, if you've not had it, try it. Grant's been eating chicken and drinking beer while watching. Yeah, that's a proper Friday afternoon, dude. Right, I want to turn up the feedback and bring up the time. I'm going to not touch the filter. Alright, now, this is getting insane, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see what this is like if it ever shuts up. I'm going to play a chord. See, because there's such a long tail on that, it's got my noise gate open. Now you can hear that internet interference in the background that I was talking about. Okay, so I'm going to play a chord and bring up the volume and fade it in. And it's not doing anything. That must be the noise gate screwing that up. Yeah, it will be. Stupid hippie. Alright, now that might just be like a little bit much, but I just want to show you what it's capable of doing, because it just is marvellous. And bring that back a little bit. Okay. That's just really nice, isn't it? It's really, really nice. Okay. Strange food combinations. Yeah. Eyes, honestly, proper failing me. Right, so... Oh, you're in the US, are you, Audio Dabbler? All right, okay. It's a little early for beer in the US today. Yeah, what time is it where you are? Because where Vortex is, it's like, well, it must be 5:30 now, 5:30 in the morning. Yes, it is mega, isn't it, Stephen? You eat some strange food combinations. Maybe you'll dip a French fry in Nutella next time you have some. Yeah, that will be awesome. I promise you, it'll be fantastic. Dip anything in Nutella. All right, okay. So, thank you ever so much for joining me. I'm gonna clear 8:32 where you are. Okay. Yeah. So it's 1:30 here now, and it's time for me to clear off and go and get my dinner. I will be back streaming later. I'm gonna be streaming. Oh, East Coast. Right. I'm going to be streaming. I've not decided whether it's going to be 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. It depends if I need to check if anyone else might be streaming who I might clash with, because I hate to do that. But I'm going to do a stream later where I just make a track on the spot with the brand new iOS synth that's come out today, Bliss Omega, and it's amazing. It's really, really good. I don't have time to prepare for it or anything. I'm just gonna, on the spot, just kind of make a track. So you'll hear me auditioning sounds, and you'll get to hear what it sounds like. And I may go a little into, how some of the parameters and everything work, but I'm not going to pretend that I'm any kind of synth genius. Of course, that would be a lie. All right. So yes, thank you, Vortex. Everyone, as Vortex says, have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you later. Hope you can join me. All right. Take care, all of you. Bye-bye.